it's Ed O'Keefe, and in this video, we're going to cover the fastest way for you to naturally get your numbers under control, your blood pressure numbers under control, and keep them under control by squelching the main root cause that is hardening the arteries and skyrocketing your numbers. So I'm Ed O'Keefe. I'm the founder of a company called Uncommon Nutrition. And in this video, we're going to go through the three biggest myths that you're being told that's keeping your blood pressure numbers either way too high or out of control. And so we're going to talk about doing that naturally. So let me walk you through something really, really cool. Years ago, we sent out this via direct mail, and we discovered that there was actually something causing all of these issues right here. Joint pain, cholesterol, high BP, poor memory, low energy, poor vision, mood swings, weight gain, and much, much more. I brought in one of the leading longevity doctors at the time to help us formulate and combat the biggest killers to your cells that are happening and are attacking your body every single day. And one of the big things I discovered was, let me just take you right to it, is that your body is under attack all the time. I'll go through this right now, but what are the real triggers of disease and aging? And one of the biggest misconceptions is that the reason why you're experiencing high blood pressure is because of salt intake, and that's the main culprit, where what they found that it is by far free radicals and toxins from whether it's high fat foods, pollutants, whatever it might be, but is that causes the inflammatories in the body to skyrocket. And it's the main inflammation that's rampant in our bodies that causes your arteries to harden and the BPs to go up. In fact, let me actually stop sharing this for 1 sec. Oh, let me show you this real quick. So when you have that going on, you have out of whack cholesterol levels, you have blood pressure, damaged arteries. And what we're able to find is that when you pour into the body life-giving nutrients that are designed to squelch inflammation and restore formerly nutritionally starved cells, and all of a sudden those cells are actually operating and feeling great again, all of a sudden your numbers can come back into order. One of the biggest things that we discovered also is that the cell poisoning, starvation, and inflammation are the big causes of that. And so what a lot of people ask us is like, well, why is it that when we start taking Marine D3, can my numbers get into normal range? And why is it that I've tried other products like omega-3 or different antioxidants and it hasn't worked quite as well? And what we find is that when you take the dosage levels, let me get to the dosage levels right here, that the CNol that we have in Marine D3 has an antioxidant level that's just so far superior to just even the natural berries and fruits that we normally have. Now, what does that actually mean, Ed? That's probably what you're thinking. Well, what that means is that when we add the dosages of CNol into your routine, your filtration system of your cells, the antioxidants are so high that it helps grab and pull out all the other pollutants that are coming into your body, which is causing the inflammation. That inflammation actually is what skyrockets your blood pressure. Does that make sense? And so we discovered this totally by accident. So what happened was there's been over $50 million of research behind this super nutrient. And it was discovered off the shores of Korea about 19 years ago by a group of fishermen. Yeah, it's a true story. Like a group of fishermen were off the shores fishing, and they just noticed that in a certain particular spot that the actual fish were so healthy and natural that it was so radically different than anything else they've ever experienced that they actually brought the attention to the authorities. And so what ended up happening is they came out and they studied it. And what they found was that it wasn't the fish, it was actually what the fish were feeding on. And so right here, you'll see brown seaweed is the source of CNol. It's incredibly sturdy and it's long-lived due to the tough environment that has to live under. And what's crazy about that is that what that means is the seaweed is under such rough conditions that it builds up more strength and strength itself. And because of the wonderful capabilities of the science and the research, they're actually able to extract that same power that you can get the benefits of that, right? And so the other thing that's pretty amazing about what they found was that the extract can actually stay in your body up to 12 hours at a time, rather than most antioxidants will come in your body and be out of your body within 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or even faster. Okay. So that's the other reason why it's so powerful. Now, the other thing that we decided to add is a form of omega-3 that allows you to have a higher level of DHA in the body. And what they found was the reason why that's so important is because, as you know, you've been told you need omega-3s. But did you also know that your omega-3s in the brain is made up of predominantly DHA? Did you know that the heart is predominantly made up of DHA? And so when you're taking fish oil has way more EPA than DHA. And so by adding this omega-3 into the supplement, there's two things that were really powerful and really good about it that were able to happen. Is number one is it allows the Clonia cava, the CNL, to actually pass the blood-brain barrier and fuel your brain. So that's why when we get testimonials for people saying they feel like their eyes are better, they feel like they cognitively can focus longer, they have more energy, their hair actually starts coming back a little bit, and more importantly, the inflammation in the body starts going down. And that is why also you're going to see reports of, hey, my joints are not as achy, my overall feel is better. And it's pretty amazing like that. And when you have omega-3 deficiency, these are the reasons, everybody, that they say, fatigue, heart trouble, poor memory, vision issues. Like when omega-3 goes down, the whole body goes out of whack because we live off of good, healthy fats, right? And 99% of Americans do not get enough of it. So again, we started this by talking about how to bring down your BP numbers super fast and keep them off. And this is why these few supplements and ingredients combined are just make such a difference. So we don't stop there though. One of the key things that Dr. Lynchitz, who I had hired as my longevity doctor to help me with this, to really figure out, was he wanted to add vitamin D3. And as you know, vitamin D is one of the most powerful nutrients on the planet. And again, 90% plus don't get enough, especially if you're from the Midwest or North or even East and North of that center line. The sun just doesn't cut it, even though it could be the summer, you're like, well, we're getting a lot of sun. But the reality is your body needs even more than that, especially if you're already deficient. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today on how to lower it quickly. Now, a couple of things, obviously, right? So the Marine D3 shown here, the bottles look different now. Let me show you what the bottles look like. This is back when we were selling it predominantly through direct mail. Is you could find it right here on Amazon. In fact, our testimonials were so good that Amazon banned us for a year until we cleaned them all up, because what was happening is people were coming in saying that they feel better than they've ever felt. Their joint pain was gone, their blood pressure was normal, and they didn't like all the claims. And like, well, it's not us making the claims. It's actually people who are reporting fantastic results. Okay. And the other option too is you could go straight, and I'll have a link to our website in here, but you can go straight to our site now. Like anything, do your own research, figure it out, see if this is something you want to do. But we do guarantee all of our products, and you'll see, like, we have turmeric, we have a probiotic in there, we have some other things in there that you could bundle it, and you'll get savings on all of that. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out before we get going. The one thing I just want to say was that, again, to reiterate, like, why is high blood pressure known as the silent killer? It's because most people don't realize that it's happening, and then all of a sudden people have a catastrophic episode that you hear about, and it just dramatically changes their life forever and their family's life. And it's the thing, especially for women over the age of 50, men over 55, that according to the American Heart Association, it's happening 10 to 15 years before you even get your first symptoms. And so the way I look at this and the way we went so aggressive at making such a quality product is that if you can squelch it early, you can extend the damages from ever happening. And that's what you really want to do. The best offense is a good defense, as they like to say. So I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments. And otherwise, we should have the links inside the description below. And if you like this and you want to follow more, make sure you go ahead and comment and leave a follow. And we'll see you on the next episode. Okay, thanks everybody. Have an amazing day.